All right, and we are back. A little bit of a unorthodox start to this one since it's a blender drink. I'm gonna go ahead and toss all our ingredients in here, and then I will disappear real quick to blend this up. Gonna be making a double so that I've got it on hand to keep me going. And so since I'm doubling all this, I'm gonna start with 2 ounces of gin instead of our normal ounce. 2 ounces of our baijiu. This is a lovely Chinese spirit. The specific brand I have here is one that's kind of like specifically designed to cater towards a Western palate. So it is far more enjoyable to my taste than ones like, what's the really bad one? There's some really nasty baijius out there on the market. An ounce of Midori, which I can't quite tell if my green screen chroma key is eating up all of the Midori or not. Come on, don't embarrass me on stream. There we go. Ounce of this is going to add some sweetness, add some color to our drink. Woo. It is also going to turn our drink into basically the slime that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out of. And of course, ounce of Malibu. Once again, for some sweetness, kind of giving that like coconutty base note to our drink. And then I'll leave you all with Dr. Ball while I go and add the remaining ingredients and blend this one up. And I'm going to mute the mic so that I don't hurt your eardrums. And hey presto, I return with a with pure void. Delicious. Also, Dr. Ball seems to be in a quite roly mood today. He is roly-polying his way all over the place. This is, let me turn off the chroma key real quick so you can see what this looks like. There we go. All right. So you can see how beautifully neon green this is with the chroma key off. It is pure ooze right here. Kind of that same color of like neon green that the Seahawks uniforms used to have. I can see a decent number of people in the stands with that distinctive neon green. I am going to go and put that green screen filter back on because I think it is far funnier to be drinking void throughout this game. Woo! And there it is. There's that that really kind of strange tiki drink. Because this is basically, what if you took the core spec of a tiki drink and instead of it being a split rum base, you did it more like a split gin base. I know, get my void water off the screen. I know Baijiu isn't technically a gin, but in terms of like where in the cocktail bar repertoire it sits, it's really closest to a gin. Out of your sort of 5 main spirits, you know, vodka, gin, rum, whiskey, tequila, Baijiu is by far and away closest to being a gin. So that's kind of the, you know, the similarity there. And so when you put it in a tiki drink like this, they do the things that a split rum base does, right? Where you're getting different kind of notes off of these different spirits. But instead of it being like a rum base where you're getting different kinds of, you know, funk and sweetness, here you're getting different botanicals and different kind of very unique flavor profiles. So it's like the devil's tiki drink. I don't know. I don't really have a better way of describing it than that. It's a very strange drink, but also a really good one. I am very happy with how this drink turned out. And thankfully I managed to, oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, my straw is green, so I have a void straw as well. I didn't notice it, but yeah. We got this all put together. Thankfully, I managed to scarf down some dinner before this game started, so we are good and ready to go for this NFC Championship to see who will be taking on the Patriots in Santa Clara. Oh, for Super Bowl 60. I think the 49ers fans are currently rooting for both teams to lose. Because, I mean, either way, you're going to have to watch a rival play the Super Bowl in your stadium. You can just kind of hope that they don't win it in your stadium. I think a water void would be Water World, but void water to me, it feels very sci-fi, and I'm trying to think which specific sci-fi property it feels like. I'm trying to think, like Warhammer 40K has the warp, which isn't quite, I feel like there's something my brain can't quite put its finger on right now that has the void. But, I don't know. Oh, speaking of, the scoreboard is all screwed up. I gotta get that squared away before we start off here. Boop. Bam. 49ers fans out here rooting for the Meteor. And there we go. All right. Scoreboard is fixed. Teams are taking the field. 6:31. Brady is in the booth. We are getting ready to get underway here. You can see the Midori as well, which is providing all of the all the green spirit for this drink. That one has been completely chroma keyed out. Very fun. Again, for the Super Bowl, I'll figure out what's living back here. But for now, I'm just having fun, not letting y'all see my kitchen. So now it's just basically a glorified privacy screen right now. Plus, you know, it does weird stuff like this. It can make my face invisible if I put it behind it. Benefit of watching these games on mute, I don't have to listen to Tom Brady's commentating. I think he's gotten better recently, but, you know, he's a year one commentator. He's got work to do. He's got to hone the craft, you know. Again, I'm certainly in no position to judge as a fellow year one commentator myself, but I'm also not getting paid millions upon millions of dollars to do this. So, you know, different standards. Oh. We had a car drive by outside, and I thought the patch was going to claim another victim, but thankfully they didn't turn into it. They just kept on driving straight. Erin Andrews in a big fur and leather coat out there on the sidelines. Looks like she's staying warm. And of course, the broadcast is buffering because Comcast hates me. That's good fun. Always love that. It is an absolute PowerPoint presentation right now that I'm looking at. We got like 240p, maybe 6 frames per second. Oh boy. Oh, that is choppy as hell. I'm going to exit out of this and get back in and see if I can't get a slightly better frame rate. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's bad. Okay, here we go. Take 2. Let's see. That looks better. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to do that again later on in this game, because that would be a real buzzkill if that interrupted the flow. My guess is it was whatever the switchover was between like the pregame show and the actual broadcast. My guess is that something on the back end of Fox just kind of crapped itself trying to do that handover. Because it's looking smooth now, looking underway. But we are still very firmly in the pregame commercials, just waiting for this to get underway. I don't have any sort of strong allegiances in this game. I think I'm definitely leaning more towards the Seahawks, both because A, I think it would be really funny if Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl, and then B, as a MSU alum, we got Kenneth Walker on the Seahawks, so I would love to see a K9 Super Bowl. I think that would be dope as hell. But, you know, as a Lions fan, hey, if Matthew Stafford goes and wins himself another one, good for him, man. I'm happy for him. I know some Lions fans are like legitimately upset with Stafford. I can't be one of them. Pledge of Allegiance right now. Or, sorry, National Anthem. What am I saying? I was so distracted by Sam Darnold's gloriously slicked back hair that I just completely spaced on what's going on. We have Zach Top singing the National Anthem. Do not know who Zach Top is, but he sure is a man. Mike McDonald looking very zen, very peaceful, listening to the National Anthem. big ass flag. JSN just licking his chops over on the sideline. While Kyron Williams sings along. Ooh, cheeky little, is that an F14? F16 maybe? Check. Looked like those might have been F14s. Fun little flyover. Just like that, National Anthem is done, and we are on to our final commercial break before the game actually gets to start. We get to watch some football. National Anthem is easily one of the weirdest parts of these streams, especially watching the game on mute, because you just have no idea what point in the song they're at. So you're just kind of watching a bunch of people looking very stoic / emotional over on the sideline as, you know, a big flag flutters. And presumably everybody else is being quiet, but you just can't tell. A little Starbucks commercial, doing their best to remind you that they're totally not horrifically anti-union. Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. Lawyer ads will never not be weird to me. I don't understand them. They're goofy as hell. They seem to make a lot of money, so I mean, I don't. There's just always the most incomprehensible mess of, like, I don't know, like random B-list celebrities just coming in for that paycheck. And then, like, the lawyers themselves giving very mixed performances. I know there are some lawyers who, like, put together surprisingly decent performances in their own ads. And then other ones who just, like, really should stay off screen. It's just weird. I will say, though, I'm glad that on these national broadcasts, I still get, you know, a couple of those weird-ass local ads that are clearly being done on, like, way too tight of a budget, and nobody on the team actually knows how to edit a commercial. I say that for the local ads. Honestly, there's a fucking, it's one of, like, the Disney bundle ads where it's, like, Disney Plus and, like, Hulu and whatever is part of that bundle. They've mixed the audio so badly on that ad. I don't know if anybody else has seen this or encountered this, but, like, literally you cannot hear anything in the ad. The audio levels for everything are just, like, cranked down super low. And it's a very strange thing to watch. Like, such a major brand have such a shit ad. It's like, really? Nobody, like, checked this and made sure the audio levels were good before we shipped it out the door? All right. Did we have fucking ChatGPT generate this ad for us? Like, what's going on here? Anyways, finally back from commercial. Lumen Field is getting loud out there in Seattle, and we are getting ready to kick off this NFC Championship game. Everybody's making noise. Seattle is going to kick this one away first, so the Rams will be the team starting with the ball. Seahawks will get the ball back in the second half. And we are almost underway here. That sounds weird. There we go. Little drum roll as we get ready. That's some eye paint right there. Jason Myers back to kick this one away. And we are started. Kick is off, and it is going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line, returned out to the 15, to the 20, 25 to the 30, where he is stood up. And so the Rams will start with the ball on their own 30-yard line. We will see what Matthew Stafford and this McVay offense can get going against this vaunted Seattle Seahawks defense. Stafford has a 6-1 record against the Seahawks on the Rams. His only loss came in Week 16, so uphill battle for the Seahawks, but they've done it once before. They can do it once again. Stafford under center, single back in the backfield, takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be right up the middle for about 5 yards before he is wrenched down. That is Kyron Williams on the carry, and we have pushing and shoving already. This is going to be a chippy game because these two teams do not like each other, not one bit. Woo! All right, starting this game off with a bang, and it is 2nd and 5 for the Rams here to go. Ball on their own 35-yard line. 14, 24, 23, 22, 21, 14, 20 left to go in this first quarter. Stafford takes a snap and shotgun, throws over the middle, and that is somehow hauled in by Puka Nacua. That pass was well behind him, but he managed to bring that one in, and that is going to bring up 3rd and about 2. Let's see where the exact spot is. Clock still rolling for the Rams. Gonna say that's 3rd and 3. Gonna say it's gain of 3, 3rd and 3. Stafford in shotgun, back line up to his left. Stafford takes a snap, throws over the middle, intended for Puka Nacua, but well covered on that one. Nothing doing. That pass is incomplete, and so the Rams will open this game with a 3 and out. Would have been an incredible grab if Nacua had managed to haul in that one, but just a little bit high, and that coverage was just a little bit too tight. And so Ethan Evans is back to punt this one away for the Rams, and Rashid Shaheed is back to return it for the Seahawks. That is a dangerous returner. He opened that game against the 49ers with that 95-yard return. Punt is away, and it is fair caught at the 19-yard line. So that is where the Seahawks offense will start their drive from. Slingin' Sammy D comes out for the Seahawks with 13:33 left to go in this game. That's crazy. Sam Darnold's 29 wins in these past 2 seasons are the most of any QB in the NFL. Looking to make that 30 here today. Darnold in shotgun on 1st and 10. Takes a snap, fakes a screen, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who's going to try the middle, and eventually a lane is going to open up. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that carry. That is going to bring up 2nd down for the Seahawks. Move the ball back a bit. Looks like they're going to spot that at about the 24-yard line for the Seahawks. Darnold alone in shotgun now on 2nd and 5, though JSN is lined up to his right. Motions Cooper Kupp. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming, dumps it over the middle, incomplete, intended for JSN, thrown just a little bit in front of him. That is going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks now. Great coverage by the Rams on that one. I believe that was Nate Landman. They're a really good linebacker in coverage on that one. So 2 terrifying defenses going at it, but 2 very formidable offenses as well. Darnold back in shotgun on 3rd and 5. Players to either side. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, throws deep right side, wants it all, has a man wide open. It's Rashid Shaheed who, almost outruns the defender, but is dragged down at the last second. Still, that is a huge gain and a huge Seahawks first down. They are now firmly in Rams territory. Rashid Shaheed just cleanly beat Williams off the line. He just had a deep fade on that one. And Darnold delivered the ball exactly where it needed to be for a massive gain. That is a 51-yard reception on that play, all the way down to the Rams' 25-yard line. And just like that, the Seahawks are knocking on the Rams' red zone. Darnold under center on 1st and 10, throws a quick screen out to JSN, who makes one man miss, picks up the first down plus a little bit more. Whoo! The Seahawks are flying downfield all the way into the Rams' territory. Showing a replay of that deep ball to Rashid Shaheed. Unclear what exactly the Rams were in. I don't know what kind of defensive structure that was, but that corner had no help over the top. And so once Shaheed beat him off the line, that was basically curtains. So with that screen to JSN, the Seahawks are on the 9-yard line of the Rams already. Darnold under center on 1st and goal. Play clock winding down, gets the snap off, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who has blockers and is going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry. It is going to be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. So the Seahawks looking to punctuate this opening drive with a touchdown. Rams defense looking to make a goal line stand. 11:55, 54, 10:52, 51, 50, 10:49 left to go in this first quarter. Darnold under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who gets some decent blocking and keeps churning forwards, stays on his feet, and is going to fall forwards all the way to about the 2 or 3 yard line. Great determination by K9 on that run there, keeping those feet churning and refusing to go down. See where they spot him. Going to spot that ball on the Rams' 2-yard line, so it is now 3rd and goal from the 2. Look at that contact balance. Just kept those feet churning, kept his body moving. 3rd and goal now. Darnold under center. K9 alone in the backfield. Takes a snap. Darnold hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who's going to the right side and is going to outrun the defense for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, the first score of the game. Seahawks take a 6-0 lead. So just like that, that huge deep bomb to Rashid Shaheed to get them in Rams territory, and then just pounding the rock with Kenneth Walker pays off with a Seahawks touchdown within the first 5 minutes of this game. He just clean outran all of those defenders to the pylon. Faked inside real quick and then made him pay for it. Extra point attempt here from Myers. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. It is a 7-0 lead for the Seahawks to start this game off. Whew. Look at that. I mean, this Rams defense isn't slow. That was an impressive run from Kenneth Walker to beat all of them to the pylon. Man. Whew. All right, well, we are on commercial now, but the Rams will seek to answer when we return. And in the meantime, I'm going to catch my breath. That was insane. That shit was crazy. I know this is a pretty cold take, but I do think, like, I would be surprised if whichever one of these teams makes the Super Bowl, it doesn't put the hurt on the Patriots, you know? Like, the Patriots being the Patriots, I think there is always a chance that they pull off some sort of crazy victory over, either the Seahawks or the Rams, whichever one makes the Super Bowl. But just watching this game, even these first 5 minutes compared to that Patriots-Broncos game, there is a part of my brain that just says these two teams are a solid leg up on what the Patriots have right now. But who knows? We'll see. Only one way to find out, and that is going to be in Santa Clara. I should be a lot more careful about drinking that because I'm drinking that way too quickly. This is a strong drink and it does not taste strong, and I am downing it at a rapid pace. See, Seattle wouldn't need to have their revenge if they had just ran the ball on the goal line, I'm just saying. All right, I'd say we're back from commercial now, but we're basically just back to watching Matthew Stafford throw the ball a lot. Those signature no-look passes of his. It's interesting. Apparently, according to what Brady says Stafford told him, Stafford got really good at those no-look passes because when he was playing with Calvin Johnson, the defenses would key in to the fact that, obviously Megatron is his number one read. So he had to basically intentionally take his eyes off of Calvin Johnson to free up the defense enough so that he could fit the ball into him. And so that's where he really sort of worked on getting that motion down and being able to make those throws. Anyways, back from commercial now. Myers kicks this one off, returned out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. And he is going to get brought down by the Seahawks at about the 26-yard line. That is where the second Rams drive will start. And once again, these teams are getting into it, getting chippy. Looks like a Rams player almost injured himself running out to intervene in what was going on. That would have been really unfortunate if so. All right, 9:52 left to go in this first quarter. Rams offense taking the field. Stafford under center with a back in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. It's Kyren Williams going right up the middle for about 4 yards. See where they spot that. Is that? No, sorry, that's Blake Corum. Blake Corum on the carry. Punching that one up the middle. Going to spot the ball right at the 30-yard line, and that will bring up second down. Oh, this Seattle defense is scary, man. I tell you what. All right, 2nd and 7 from the Rams' 30-yard line. Stafford under center, Corum in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Pressure coming. Stafford unloads deep right side, wants it all, has Puka Nacua wide open, and that is going to put the Rams at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. A massive deep bomb of their own to respond. Whew. And already in these first 3 drives, we have seen more offense than we saw in, I think, the entirety of that Patriots-Broncos game. Great catch by Puka Nacua on that one. It was tight coverage as well, but hauled that one in, so the Rams now have 1st and 10 from the Seattle 26-yard line. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, unloads deep right side, wants it all. Incomplete, intended for Puka Nacua. He got a little bit caught up in traffic there, and so that ball falls harmlessly to the ground and brings up 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Sean McVay, 10-5 all-time in the postseason. Undefeated in the NFC Championship, which is a fun little stat. Stafford in shotgun on 2nd and 10. Corum to his right. Stafford takes a snap, looking left, looking middle, throws right side, incomplete, intended for Davante Adams. Davante Adams wanted a defensive pass interference, but I think the ref was calling that ball uncatchable, so there is going to be no call. It is going to be 3rd and 10 for the Rams. Seattle looking to make a big stop here, hold the Rams to just a field goal off that massive deep shot. Stafford in shotgun once again for 3rd and 10. Once more, a back lined up to his right, takes a snap, looking left, throws, incomplete, intended for Puka Nacua. Throw is low and behind him, and that is going to bring up 4th and 10. Rams will bring out the field goal unit. Looked like just a bit of mistiming, bit off on the throw. Stafford and McVay are having a conversation about it over on the sideline. And Harrison Mevis is back for this field goal attempt. He is a perfect 4 for 4 on the season. Kick is up, and it is good. Rams tack 3 points on the board. And yeah, in the first half of the first quarter, we have what? Are they making a He-Man show? What? Okay, it's moments like these I wish I could show my screen. They're making a live-action He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. In the year of our Lord 2026. Sure. Fuck it. Why not? Skeletor. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Like I was saying, anyways, previously, before I was hopelessly interrupted, we have seen more offensive production in the first half of this first quarter of this game than we have in basically the entirety of the Patriots-Broncos game. Okay. Well. I'll go ahead and move this football on over so I don't forget to do so when we come back from commercial. Okay. Well. We sure do have a game on our hands here. Let's see. ESPN currently heavily in favor of the Seahawks, giving them basically a 66% win probability. We are back from commercial now, ready to kick off. 8:15 left to go in this first quarter. Kick is away, and it is into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams prefer to do that. That is the Rams' desired special team strategy, is just kick it into the end zone on basically every kickoff. Don't give Rashid Shaheed the opportunity to do a crazy fucking 95-yard return for a touchdown. All right. Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense taking the field right here. Ball on their own 35-yard line. Darnold under center. Walker in the backfield. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off. Walker trying the left side, has some good blocking, and is going to pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5, falling down to the 40-yard line. That is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Seattle offense. Kenneth Walker coming off after that play. .745, 44, 43, 42, 41, 7:40 left to go in this first quarter. Darnold back up under center for 2nd and 5. Charbonnet now in the backfield. Darnold sends a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left side, dumps it off to his tight end, who is going to pick up the first down before fumbling it. That was A.J. Barner on the reception for a little 6-yard gain, picking up the first down, and the fumble doesn't matter because it bounces harmlessly out of bounds. Also, sorry, that was not Charbonnet in the backfield. He is on IR. That was George Holani lined up at running back. Anyways, Seahawks on their own 46-yard line now. 1st and 10. Darnold back under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Walker, who is going up the middle and gets some good blocks. Going to pick up about 7 on that carry before he's brought down by Cameron Curl and a couple of other Rams DBs. Seahawks having good success moving this ball early in the game. The run game's working, the pass game is working. Things are clicking for this offense right here. They're going to call it an 8-yard gain. It is going to be 2nd and 2 for the Seahawks here. Yeah, they've been averaging 5.2 yards per carry these last couple games. That is huge for an offense. 2nd and 2, Darnold under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Walker, who makes a man miss and is going to pick up the first down plus a bit more. Excellent job by Kenneth Walker dodging that defender. Looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield there, but put the moves on him and picked up the first down. Little head shake, little juke, and left Spates just grasping at air. Whew! Oh boy. That is just beautiful. Oh, he juked him out of his damn cleats. All right, well, that is a fresh set of downs for the Seattle offense. Ball on the Rams' 38-yard line. Darnold in shotgun this time. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Walker, dumps it off to Walker on a little delayed screen action right there. He's going to get down to the 30, to the 25, and to about the 23 before he's brought down. 5, 13, 12, 11, 10, 5:09 left to go in this first quarter. I do love this play design. I've seen it a couple of times before. Mike McDonald really likes running these kind of play action into screen looks. And sometimes they're kind of classic halfback screens like you've seen right there. And other times they're slightly more complex. I think it's a really funky little offensive idea. Anyways, 1st and 10 now from this Rams 24-yard line. Darnold takes a snap, hands it back off to Walker, who's going to get met in the backfield. No room to run on that one, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 25-yard line. Whew. Seattle offense is relentless, man. They keep moving down the field, keep giving me things to talk about. All right, they're not going to say it's a loss of a full yard, so they're going to say it's still 2nd and 10. Darnold in shotgun this time with a back lined up to his right. Darnold takes a snap, looking left side, throws quickly. That's going to be caught by JSN, who is going to somehow power forwards, doing a little tightrope walking act down the sideline, picking up about 7 yards, it looked like, on that reception. Let's see, they're going to call it 8 yards. They're going to say that it is now 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks. With about 3.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Let's see what they have drawn up here. All right, Darnold in shotgun on this 3rd and short. Motions Shaheed. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, floats one. One-handed grab by JSN. What a fucking catch. Oh my goodness. Oh. I thought for sure that was just gonna harmlessly bounce off his hand and be an incompletion. Basically a no-look throw by Darnold and just perfectly placed for JSN to haul that in one hand outstretched. Seahawks go hurry up and they hand it off. Going to get basically nothing on that carry, but that means that the Rams can't review that catch by JSN to see if he had both feet in. So it is going to stand. 1, 2. That catch was good. Seahawks didn't need to go hurry up there. That was a full-on catch. That is insane. That ball got super glued to his hand. Oh my fucking goodness. Okay, 2nd and goal for the Seahawks now. Ball on the Rams' 9-yard line. Darnold under center. K9 in the backfield. Darnold takes the snap, hands it off. Kenneth Walker has some good blocks and is going to power forward to about the 5-yard line where he's going to get stood up. And we have our first penalty of the game. Only our 3rd penalty of the day, because the Patriots-Broncos game was oddly clean. There's only 2 penalties in that Denver-New England game. And it looks like it is going to be a hold against Seattle. Yep, number 75, Bradford, on the offensive line. Got him with a 10-yard holding penalty. Kind of weak, if I'm totally honest. I think Puna Ford did a good job selling that one, but is what it is. Minute 58, 57, 56, 55. A minute 54 left to go in this first quarter. Darnold in shotgun, Kenneth Walker to his left. Sends JSN in orbit motion. Darnold looking at the screen, now dumps it off back to Kenneth Walker, who has blockers and is going to get down to the 9-yard line. So basically erases that offensive holding penalty, but is now 3rd and goal for the Seahawks from the 9-yard line. We'll see what they've got dialed up here. Presumably some sort of end zone shot, since they are well within field goal range. That's a fun little play design. You essentially have 2 screens you're setting up. You're setting up a wide receiver screen to the left side and then a halfback slip screen to your right side. Fun little offensive play design. All right, 3rd and goal, Darnold in shotgun, Kenneth Walker to his right. Play clock ticking down. Darnold gets the snap off, drops back, pressure coming, throws quickly, and that is incomplete, intended for the tight end, number 88, Barner. I think both the offense and the defense were looking for a pass interference call there. Neither of them got it. That is going to bring up 4th and goal. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest there. I don't think the Seahawks had a chance at hell in getting that penalty called. That was basically all Barner there. So with 58 seconds left, that is going to bring on Jason Myers to attempt the field goal. A little chip shot for the Seahawks. A little 27-yarder. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. And just like that, the Seahawks have pushed this back to a full touchdown lead. Whew. This is the exact opposite game as the Patriots-Broncos. This is good fun right here. On commercial break right now. Great chance to catch your breath, grab a drink. Look at the poor fellow walking down the street in the snow holding an umbrella. Whew. And watch the pickup truck just barely escape getting stuck in that same pile of ice and snow that has snared multiple vehicles already today. All right. Go ahead and move that football on over. We'll see if the Rams can answer back with a touchdown of their own when we return from commercial. So far, I mean, the Seahawks offense has basically been moving this ball at will. Darnold is 7 of 9 so far, 114 passing yards. Basically 11 minutes time of possession. Whew. Perhaps most impressively, 3 of 4 on third down. Seahawks are 75% on third downs right now to start this game. So Rams defense just hasn't been able to get a stop in those high lever situations. All right, 54 seconds left to go in this first quarter. We are back from commercial right now. Seahawks' last loss was all the way back in Week 11 against the Rams. They're hoping that doesn't repeat today. Myers kicks this one off and is going to be fielded at the 10-yard line or turned out to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Is going to get stood up at right around the 35-yard line, and that is where the Rams offense will start their drive from. All right, 48 seconds left to go as the Rams offense takes the field. Mike Mack making notes over on the sideline there. Stafford comes out under center. Kyren Williams in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. Williams trying the left side and is going to pick up about 3 yards before getting dragged down. That is going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Rams. 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Rams will have to run at least one more play before we hit the end of the first quarter. Stafford back up under center. Williams in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap. Late handoff to Williams, who has some good blocking up the middle and is going to get all the way down to the 50-yard line, picking up the first down plus a little bit extra. And that is going to send us into the second quarter with the Rams driving on down the field. And that is also going to send us to commercial. It's really funny because both of these teams have really good defenses. But their offenses are just so good that it makes it look like their defenses are bad, actually. It is a very strange thing to witness. And like the strangest part isn't that like the Rams offense looks good. I mean, the Rams offense has looked good basically all year. It's the relative success of Seattle's offense, because their offense has been the one that's actually, struggled a little bit more, at least on a play-to-play basis this year. But I think it's because they really have an offense that kind of lives and dies by the explosive play. So. It's also very strange watching all the commercials at this point in the year, because it's all like, they're not actual commercials. They're like teaser commercials for the Super Bowl commercial. which is just such a strange and like historically late stage capitalist idea. It's kind of dystopian when you think about it, but it is what it is. But hey, at least we got the Pro Bowl next week, I guess. That'll be fun. Probably not going to stream anything for that one. Like, I guess I could stream the flag football game, but I really don't like the flag football rules that they use for the Pro Bowl. I think they are kind of dumb. Not a big fan of those rules, but it is fun watching all of these, incredible football players play flag football. I would be lying if I said I did not enjoy that. All right, back from commercial now as we start off the second quarter. 15 minutes on the clock. Brady and Burkhart in the booth for Fox. All right, Rams on the 50-yard line. Stafford under center. Corum in the backfield. Stafford sends Nakua in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Nakua on a little jet sweep action, and he is going to pick up about 4 yards on that one before being violently brought to the ground by the Seahawks defenders, has his helmet taken off. Everybody's jawing, everybody's getting in everybody's face. But despite all of that, second down comes all the more? Second down comes regardless. That's what I was trying to say. 2nd and 6 to be specific. Gain of 4 on that little end around action. Stafford in shotgun with Williams to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, and that is caught by Davante Adams, who is streaking into open field before getting brought down at about the 23-yard line. Rams first down. They are moving the ball. God. Ooh, yeah. Davante Adams, just Witherspoon was in coverage on that one, got a little bit tripped up, fell over his own ankles, and that gave Davante Adams more than enough room to take off into open grass, pick up some yak, keep the chains moving. Both of these teams averaging over 8 yards per play right now in this game. It is nonstop offense to get this one going. Stafford under center, ball on the Seahawks 23-yard line, takes the snap, hands it off to Corum, who's going up the middle and is going to basically just get back to the line. Sorry, that was Williams on the carry, not Blake Corum. Kyron Williams with a gain of basically 0. All right, so that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Rams now. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 13:05 left to go in this second quarter. Stafford in shotgun takes a snap, drops back, has time, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Davante Adams, but he couldn't haul it in. Excellent coverage on that one by number 3 on the Seahawks defense. That is Nick Imewari. That is their rookie nickel right there. Matched up one-on-one on Davante Adams. Incredible coverage. Just papered all over him. Broke that pass up. That is going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Rams now. Stafford has 70 yards passing, but he's only 3 of 8. He's in shotgun now. Takes a snap, drops back, steps forward, getting pressured, scrambling, nowhere to go with it. Actually fumbles the ball, but it's recovered by his offensive lineman, Dotson. But that is a huge loss. That is going to back them up to about the 32, 33-yard line, and that is going to bring up 4th down and bring out the punt unit. Ooh, looks like the Seahawks just barely escaped without a face mask call there. Number 0, DeMarcus Lawrence? Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence came over from the Cowboys, barely got away with that no call there. And that sets up Rams field goal. Kick is up. It looks straight. Does it have the legs? Yes, it does. It is good. The Rams tack another 3 points on the board. Honestly, I think that's a good no call because, Stafford was falling down anyways. That was going to be a sack. He basically just touched him down by the head instead of touching him down, somewhere else in the body. I think that's one of the ones where it's like letter of the law. Maybe it should have been called a face mask, but like spirit of the law, that's a good no call. Go ahead and move this on over as we wait through these commercials. I hope you're having a good night wherever you're watching this. It looks like the snow has finally stopped down here in DC. Ended up getting less than we were projected to get, but it is still a very wintry wonderland out there. And because DC drivers don't know how to drive in even an inch of snow, there has been multiple cars get stuck outside my apartment so far tonight. It has been a fun time here in DC. Denver got lots of snow late in that game. It was basically, totally normal weather until the last quarter. Basically, fourth quarter is where all of the snow started piling in there in Denver. Made it basically impossible for either offense to do anything, and that benefited the Patriots quite well as they were up 10-7 at that point. Meanwhile, over here in Seattle, weather is still holding up very well. I believe it's 45 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked, that's what it looked like. No snow, no precipitation. Everything is moving along smoothly. Let me check something actually while we are on commercial. I'm curious. I want to confirm this. 147. Okay. Open up this new link. All right, so, we're barely into the second quarter, and the Seahawks already have almost more yards than the Broncos did in the entirety of that game. Just give you a sense, if you missed that Patriots-Broncos game, of how much of a defensive slog it was. We've basically seen more offense in this game in the first quarter than we did in the entirety of that AFC Championship game. Anyways, Rams kicking this one away, and it is going to be kicked as usual back into the end zone and returned to the 35 as a touchback. Can see Rashid Shaheed back there on the return. He wanted to bring that one out, but it was way too far to even consider it. That's fun. They're doing a little quick fly through of Mike Macdonald's coaching history. All right, Seahawks with the ball on their own 35-yard line. Darnold under center. A little bit of play action. Throws over the middle. That's going to be caught by JSN out to the Rams' 49-yard line. Classic under center play action from Mike Mack there. Looks like something you'd see, the Lions run with Jared Goff. And it was JSN on that deep in route. Oh, he ran it almost more like a whip route. And good job by Darnold avoiding the pressure, staying upright in that pocket, and delivering that ball on time and on target. That brings up a fresh setter down for the Seahawks on the Rams' 49-yard line. Darnold in shotgun this time with K9 in the backfield. Misses the snap and just falls on the ball. Whew. Good job by Darnold not letting that become even more of a negative play, but that is still a very rough way to start off a set of downs. That's going to be a loss of, 10 yards on that? It was a bit of a low snap, but that one's honestly just on Darnold. Just lets the ball slip right through his hands and then manages to fall on it. So that is a 9-yard loss on that fumble recovery for Darnold. Brings up 2nd and 19 from their own 42-yard line. Darnold in shotgun with K9 to his left. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, pressure coming, gonna get brought down, gonna get sacked, back to his 34-yard line. Oh boy, Seahawks got behind the chains and the Rams made him pay for it. What'd they do? They stunt? No, just a clean pass rush win right there. Rams just brought 4 and the Seahawks couldn't quite pick it up. Got home to the quarterback, brought down Darnold, and that brings up 3rd and 27 for the Seahawks. Darnold in shotgun, back lined up to his right, takes a snap, and the Seahawks are just going to hand it off to Holani, who's going to, fight with his whole chest, but he's going to pick up about 3 yards on that carry, bringing up 4th down, and the Seahawks are going to punt this one back to the Rams. Oh, so an excellent stop by the Rams defense right there. Capitalizing on that little botched play from the Seahawks. And they are going to get the ball right back. We'll see what the Seahawks punter can do to stick them with some bad field position. Michael Dixon back to punt this one away for the Seahawks. Kick is off. And it's hanging up there for a while. Fair catch is called for, and it's dropped! Oh! Fair catch was called for at the 10. The Rams punt returner dropped the ball, but managed to fall on it at the 12-yard line. The Seahawks gunner was right there, ready to make a play on it, but luckily for the Rams, their punt returner was slightly better positioned, so they will get the ball when we return from commercial with a little over 9 minutes left to go in this first half. Oh, I think every Rams fan in the world there just had a heart attack for about 5 seconds before realizing that they managed to fall on that ball. Oh, that was nuts. Yeah, so the Rams will be getting the ball back on their own 13-yard line when we return from this commercial break. ESPN holding pretty constant, still giving the Seahawks about a 65% chance of winning this game. We'll see. Rams can shift that percentage real quick if they score on this drive, especially scoring a touchdown. Winter Olympics ad, something that I, again, keep forgetting exists until I see an ad for it, and then I'm like, oh right, that's coming up in basically the next 2 weeks. Speaking of Winter Olympics, I keep forgetting that they had a Winter Olympics in North Korea. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Oh. Anyways, enough about that. Back to the NFC Championship. Got the Space Needle proudly flying that 12th man flag as the Rams offense takes the field on their own 13-yard line. Stafford under center, got a back in the backfield. Sends a tight end in motion. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off, trying the left side. And that is a decent run from Blake Corum on the carry, picking up about 7 on that one. Rams' first 3 possessions have gone punt, field goal, field goal. So right now they're hoping that that means their 4th possession ends in a touchdown. 2nd and 3 for the Rams. Stafford back up under center. Corum still in the backfield. Stafford takes the snap, hands it off. Corum going up the middle, gets some good blocking, and is going to pick up the first down and maybe a yard more. As these two teams continue to, get in a little extracurricular, continue to scuffle a little bit after the play. As there's 8-19, 8-18, 17, 16, 15, 8-14 left to go in this first half. Fresh set of downs to the Rams with the ball on their own 24-yard line. Stafford back up under center. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off. Corum going up the middle, gets some good blocks, and is going to pick up about 5 yards out to the 29-yard line. Rams are moving the ball slowly but surely right now. Very kind of deliberate approach from their offense, just looking to wear down this vaunted Seattle defense. These two teams have been basically perfectly matched across their 2 meetings so far this season, so this game will be the one that tilts the favor in either side. 2nd and 5, Stafford in shotgun, drops back, throws a quick pass over the middle, and that is going to be caught by number 84, who's going to pick up the first down. That is Colby Parkinson, their tight end, and that is going to give the Rams a fresh set of downs with just over 7 minutes left to go in this first half. Nothing flashy, nothing crazy, but the Rams are steadily inching their way downfield, burning clock and making progress. First and 10 from their own 35. Stafford under center, fakes the handoff, drops back, throws over the middle, and that is caught by Puka Nacua in the middle of about 4 Seahawks defenders. And they are now on Seattle's side of the field, as that is another Rams first down. I don't know why the cameraman had that angle, but a lovely little close-up shot of Stafford giving his center a nice little tap on his behind, letting him know that he's there for him and that he wants the ball. Just guys being dudes, don't you love to see it? All right. Rams, 1st and 10. Ball on Seattle's 44-yard line. Stafford under center, takes a snap, hands it off to, is that Corums or Williams? Hard to tell how quickly he was moving. It was Blake Corum. He got stuffed right at the line for a gain of about 0 yards, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Seahawks looking to get another stop here. Rams looking to finally take the lead. 5:34, 33, 32, 31, 5:30 left to go in this first half. Stafford under center, back in the backfield. Stafford takes the snap, drops back, little delayed handoff to Blake Corum there, who's got some good blocking and room to run all the way down to the 25-yard line before being pushed out of bounds by Nick Imanwari. That is another Rams first down, and they are continuing to just march this ball down the field. Excellent little draw play there. Number 27 on the Seattle's defense, Reek Woolen, he really got sucked inside, kind of lost contain on Blake Corum, and let him make his way all the way down to the 25-yard line. Just under 5 minutes left to play. Rams looking to put this ball in the end zone. Stafford under center, back in the backfield, takes a snap, hands it off, trying the middle, and is going to pick up about 3 yards on that carry. That's Kyron Williams now. They've swapped running backs, and that is going to bring up 2nd down for the Rams. They're going to call it a gain of 2, so it is going to be 2nd and 8 with 4:25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 4:20 left to go in this half. Stafford letting the offense know the play in the huddle, and the Seattle crowd is working on getting loud. Ball on Seattle's 23-yard line. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, throwing quick left side. That is caught by Puka Nacua, who's forced out of bounds just shy of the line again. That is going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Rams. Clock is still running. Stafford's only at 50% completion percentage, well, actually ticks just above 50% with that throw, but he's got 100 yards in this first half. These teams, again, basically perfectly matched in terms of, plays run, yards gained, time of possession. This is going to be one of those games where it comes down to which team can finish better and which team can make that one big play to swing this game. Stafford, under center, hands it off to Williams, who is going to fight forward, picking up the first down, and making his way to the Seattle 11-yard line. That sets up 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line with just over 3 minutes left to play in this half. Fuck, I need more water. Oh. Rams have had a lot more success running the ball so far this first half than the Seahawks have, but again, total yardage is basically equal between these two teams. They have been moving the ball very well. Stafford, under center on 1st and 10, changing the play at the line, play clock running down, and before the ball can be snapped, a timeout is called. It is called by the Rams. They take their first timeout of the half with 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to play. My guess is that Sean McVay saw something he didn't like, or either that or he thought the play was getting too close to being a delay of game, and so he got that timeout called in. It looks like he didn't like something that he saw, because they still had a decent amount of time to get that play off without it being a delay of game. So I think Sean McVay just didn't like something about the way the defense was lined up against that play call. But regardless, that means it is a fresh 1st and 10 from Seattle's 11-yard line, as Stafford is once again under center with a back in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands it off. That's Blake Corum trying the right side, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the carry. See where exactly that ball is spotted, but that is going to bring up 2nd and long for the Rams. Now, the Rams could run this clock all the way down to the 2-minute warning if they choose to. We will see what Sean McVay is feeling right here. Kyren Williams is over on the sideline right now, which means it's Blake Corum in the backfield. Stafford changing the play at the line, going under center from shotgun. Stafford sends Nakua in motion. And they're going to let the clock run all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Seahawks jump across the line, but it is after the 2-minute warning has occurred, which means it is going to be no penalty, no nothing, just a little 2-minute warning and presumably a commercial break. Perhaps? Maybe? Yep, there it is. There's the commercial break. And we are going to start off with this 2-minute commercial break with, I believe, a Supergirl ad. I think that's what I'm seeing on the screen right now. I'm seeing a disheveled girl with superpowers with a mangy-looking dog, so presumably that is Supergirl. Yep, it sure is. Ah, love. That movie is coming out in June, apparently. Should be pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to get some more water to finish off this first half. So I will leave you with Dr. Ball while I go do that. Thank you, Dr. Ball. Didn't miss anything. We are still on commercial break. Well, I don't know. I guess if you really like commercials, then maybe you missed something, but that sounds like a you problem. They're showing the replay of Rashid Shaheed's 95-yard kick return touchdown that opened the Seahawks' last game against the 49ers, which is apparently a TurboTax ad somehow. I don't know how that works, but I don't have the volume on. Presumably it's some connection that they're making verbally. All right, back from commercial. They're doing a little quick QB comparison. The long and short of it is both of these QBs are having good games, but neither one is having like a particularly blow the doors off game. So it is 2nd and 8. Stafford in shotgun, backline up to his right. Little faking the snap a couple of times. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, left side, dumps it off. Kyren Williams wide open, walk-in touchdown. And just like that, the Rams take the lead. Complete defensive bust from the Seahawks there. I'm not sure what exactly happened. Let's see. Yeah, they ran their 2 wide receivers on crossing routes. Oh, it was a little pick play. It was a sneaky little pick play. You run your 2 wide receivers on crossing routes going this way. You run the running back on a crosser going the other way. Linebacker gets jammed up in the middle of the field and is unable to do anything. Snap is down, kick is up, extra point is good. And so just like that, as we return from the 2-minute warning, Rams score one of the easiest touchdowns I've ever seen. I mean, nobody was even within like 10 yards of Kyren Williams, and he just walked his way on in for the touchdown. And so when we return from this, again, immediate commercial break, we will see if the Seahawks can put some points on the board before the half and close this game up a little bit. And in the meantime, we watch the, I think, Progressive ad maybe with A.J. Brown and, oh no, it's a Geico ad. A.J. Brown and that guy from Dropout. Ralph? I think his name's Ralph. It's good stuff, you know? We like to see Dropout comedians get in their bag. And that is immediately followed up on by a Miller Lite ad with Christopher Walken? Is that who that was? I think so. I don't know. This football season doesn't make sense. These playoffs don't make sense. These ads don't make sense. Life is a nightmare. All right. I hope you're enjoying this game. It's been a strange game because it's one of those games where it's like both offenses have basically just been having their way with the other team's defense, but they're not like explosively scoring. It's a lot of like heavy possession, chewing up clock, scoring points, you know, sort of where they're available. So despite both of these offenses basically seeing like very little resistance on the defensive side of the ball, the score is actually like relatively modest, you know? It's 13-10. It's not a shootout by any stretch of the imagination. So it's a very strange game. It's a very odd game. Anyways, back from commercial, the kick is off, and as always, it is firmly back into the end zone for a touchdown, or touchback. You can hear the boos starting to get to me a little bit. But anyways, Seattle's offense will start this drive with the ball on their own 35-yard line with a minute 55 left to go in this half and all 3 of their timeouts. Slinging Sammy D calling the play in the huddle. Lined up in shotgun with Kenneth Walker to his right. Trips to the top of your screen. Motions Kenneth Walker to his left. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who gets some decent blocking on the outside, but ends up running into the back of his own offensive lineman, only picking up about a yard, maybe 2. Looks like the refs are going to be decently generous with the spot. They're going to give him 2 yards on that carry, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 8 with a minute 49 left to go in this half. Nope, never mind, 2nd and 9. So much for that. Darnold back in shotgun, back to his left. Motions JSN across the formation. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, looking over the middle, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Cooper Kupp. Had Kobe Durant draped all over him, and that brings up 3rd and 9 with a minute 44 left to go in this half. The Rams basically sent double coverage over JSN's way. And then, yeah, that ball was just off the hands of Cooper Kupp. Couldn't quite haul that one in. And so 3rd and 9 it is with Darnold alone in shotgun. Motions a man out wide. Darnold changing the play at the line. Takes a snap. Drops back. Pressure coming up the middle. Dumps it off quickly to George Holani, who can't haul the ball in. It bounces off his hands, and that brings up 4th and 9 for the Seahawks. And they are going to send out the punt unit with a minute 41 left to go in this half. Zach Charbonnet on the sideline, looking real disappointed. To be fair to Holani, that throw was pretty firmly behind him. Really didn't have much of a shot at catching that, but still unfortunate to see. Punt is away from Dixon, and it is going to be fair caught at the 17-yard line by the Rams. There's a flag down. We'll see what that penalty is. They're going to say it is holding on the Seahawks, it looks like. Yep. Holding on the Seahawks, so that will improve the Rams' field position after that punt, right? Or is it just declined? What happened here? No, yeah, it's 10 yards holding penalty from the spot of the fair catch, which was at the 18. So the Rams will start with the ball on their own 28-yard line when we return from commercial. And in the meantime, we see Matthew McConaughey interrogating the 49ers mascot, I guess. For some reason, I don't know. The 49ers mascot has some fierce eyeliner going on, though. I never noticed that. He has that shit on. Very strange FedEx sexual harassment ad. Ain't that something? And so with that Rams score and the Seahawks offense starting to stall out a little bit, the script has flipped, and the Rams are now sitting at a 58% win probability, according to ESPN. Move this football on over. As LA looks to add to its score before halftime. Again, the Seahawks have 3 timeouts, so if they can get a big defensive stop here, they can get the ball back and potentially add some more points to their side of the tally. All right, so it's a minute 33 left on the clock as the Rams get the ball. They've got 2 timeouts. And the Seattle crowd is working on getting loud. Stafford, incomplete, broken up by Nick Imanwari, intended for Puka Nacua. Incredible coverage by the rookie on that snap. And that brings up 3rd and 5 for the Rams with a minute 9 left to go in this half. It's a beautiful ball by Stafford. Imanwari just timed that break up perfectly. Early enough to break it up, but early enough to break it up, but late enough to not get called for pass interference. Whew. Excellent defensive stand there by the Seahawks. Legion of Spoon making its presence known. And that is going to get their offense the ball back with about a minute left to go in this half and all 3 timeouts to try to put some points on the board. Unless are the Rams going for it here? Ooh, okay, so the Rams take their 2nd timeout. Interesting call from McVay here. On their own 33-yard line, in shotgun. Oh, sorry, it's 3rd and 5. Stafford, under shotgun, drops back, throws, right side, incomplete. Broken up again by Nick Imanwari. And that brings up 4th and 5. Sorry, I got the down wrong. I thought they were already on 4th down. That was 3rd down by the Rams. Excellent job by the rookie there, breaking up another out route. This one intended for number 20, the running back. Just incredible job sticking on that out route and breaking up that pass right at the moment it was coming in. Anyways, like I was saying earlier, Seahawks getting the ball back with about a minute left to play in this half. Fair catch called for and hauled in at the 25-yard line, and that is where Seattle's offense will start their drive. 54 seconds left to go in this first half. And we go to what is likely, hopefully, the final commercial break of the half. Whew. Well, Seattle's defense is continuing to do everything it can, try to slow down this vaunted Rams offense. We will see what the Seattle offense can answer back with. They got 75 yards to go and 54 seconds for a touchdown. But obviously, under these conditions, a field goal is far easier than it would have been, for the Broncos or Patriots to attempt in their AFC Championship game. And again, these teams continue to be basically perfectly matched against each other. Their yards are only different by about 20 yards, pretty much straight, aligned there. First downs, Rams have had 9, Seahawks have had 8. Red zone, Rams had 1 trip and they paid it off with a touchdown. Seahawks have had 2 trips, but again, only 1 touchdown. Time of possession, 14 minutes and change for the Rams, 14 minutes and change for the Seahawks. It has been basically perfectly evenly matched. I mean, really the only area where either team sort of has an advantage. Seahawks have an advantage on third down. They're 3 of 6, whereas the Rams are 1 of 5. But the Rams have been, better on the penalty front. They haven't had a single penalty called against them so far, whereas the Seahawks have had 2 for 20 yards. So it is a real kind of tug-of-war battle of inches right now between these two teams. We'll just have to see which one cracks first. Returning from commercial right now with 54 seconds left to go in the half. Seahawks' first 2 drives were incredible. Last 2, not so much. Looking to see if they can break that streak. Darnold in shotgun. Back lined up to his left. 2-by-2 receiver split. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, throws right side, and that is hauled in by JSN. Had a cornerback draped all over him, but somehow managed to make that catch, pick up the first down, and then get out of bounds. Just incredible route running, incredible hands. Excellent job right there, bringing that one in. That was Williams draped all over him. So that gives the Seahawks a fresh set of downs at their own 36-yard line. Darnold in shotgun once more, takes a snap, drops back, fires over the middle. Dangerous throw, almost caught by Lake, number 37 on the Rams, intended for Cooper Kupp. That one is incomplete, and that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks with 44 seconds left to go in the half. Really dangerous throw by Darnold there on that one. Second and 10 now. Darnold still in shotgun. Back lined up to his left. Motions Cooper Kupp across the formation. Takes a snap. Drops back. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Throws deep. Wants it all. Has JSN, who hauls in a ball before taking a shot from Cameron Curl. That gives the Seahawks a fresh set of downs with 35 seconds left to go in the half. Ooh! Had a lick put on him by Cameron Curl going up for that ball. But that is a huge gain for Seattle. How fucking far is that ball? Oh my goodness. That is a 42-yard completion right there, putting the Seahawks firmly in Rams territory as they take their first timeout of the half. Stopping the clock with just over 30 seconds left to go in this first half. 37 to be exact. JSN already at 6 catches for 102 yards, and we are not even done with the first half yet. Whew. Ball on the Rams' 22-yard line. Darnold in shotgun, motions JSN across the formation, back lined up to his right. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, looking, throws over the middle, checks it down to Holani, who is going to pick up the first down plus more, all the way down to the Rams' 9-yard line with 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Excellent running after the catch there by Holani. And the Seahawks are going to take their second timeout with 30 seconds left to go in this half as they have 1st and goal from the Rams' 9-yard line. They are moving the ball real well right now, looking to cap this half off with a touchdown. Woo! Oh my goodness. 11-yard gain on that catch right there by Holani, basically all of which came after the catch. That was a real short little check down. So Sam Darnold, 11 of 16 for 195 in this first half. In shotgun on this 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Holani lined up to his right. Motions him out wide right now before bringing him back in. Play clock winding down. Darnold takes the snap, and there's a flag. It is almost certainly going to be a false start on the Seahawks. Yes? Yep, it's a cha-cha. Seahawks are moving back 5 yards, so it will now be 1st and goal from the 14-yard line for the Seahawks. It's a false start on the center. That's impressive. I don't know what I don't know what the center did, but apparently it was a false start. Anyways, Darnold back in shotgun, Holani to his left. Darnold takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws, end zone. Well, technically caught by JSN. The only problem is he caught it about 5 yards behind the end of the end zone. So that is going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Seahawks from the Rams' 14-yard line. 25 seconds left to go in this half. Again, excellent catch by JSN, just very, very firmly out of bounds on that one. Darnold, once again in shotgun, motions JSN to his left. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming, floats it up, left side, caught, JSN wide open in the end zone, and the Seahawks take the lead before half. Well, just like that, we have seen a busted coverage result in a touchdown for both of these teams. Seahawks busted their coverage and gave up a touchdown to Kyren Williams. Rams bust their coverage and give up an incredibly easy touchdown to JSN. Just kind of floated his way back into the soft spot of that zone in the back of the end zone, and Darnold off his back foot just floated that ball up for the touchdown. Extra point attempt right now. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. And just like that, the Seahawks have regained the lead in this game with 20 seconds left to go before the half. Whew! Oh yeah, we got some offense in this one, baby. All right. Let's see. Are we going to one final commercial break? Or are we just going to roll right on through this? Matthew Stafford looking pained over on the sideline. I do not blame him. And unsurprisingly, these teams got into a little shouting, a little pushing and shoving after that play. And just like that, JSN is at 7 catches for 115 yards and a touchdown, and we haven't even hit halftime yet. Oh my goodness. All right, 20 seconds left to go in this half. Myers back to kick this one away for the Seahawks. Kick is off. It is caught right at the end zone, returned out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and he's going to fall forwards to about the 29-yard line, 28 maybe. And the Rams will take the field with 15 seconds left and 1 timeout. We'll see if they try to make any magic happen here or if they just take a knee and go into halftime. Seahawks will be getting the ball first to start the second half, so Rams are incentivized to try to make something happen here. Otherwise, they basically just give away a free double up to the Seahawks. Stafford comes out in shotgun with a back lined up to his right. Takes a snap, drops back, has time, dumps it off over the middle to his tight end, who is going to pick up the first down plus a little bit more. It's Tyler Higbee out past the 40-yard line before the Rams take their final timeout with 8 seconds left to go in this half. So, 8 seconds, fresh set of downs. Got the opportunity to, maybe try to hit a quick little out route, stop the clock. Maybe a Hail Mary if they feel like it. With the ball on their own 41-yard line, they are firmly out of field goal range, but they're still close enough that they can play to just get within field goal range. They're not in Hail Mary or bust range right now. Come out with Stafford. Oh, nope, never mind. Seahawks are taking their final timeout. They want to make sure that they get their defense set for whatever the Rams are going to try to throw at them. And just like that, both of these teams have burned all of their timeouts in the first half. You can't keep them with you, so might as well use them. So we got 8 seconds left before the half. What do the Rams have in store? JSN has a pretty nasty looking gash right on his left delt right there. Again, I imagine the adrenaline is so high he is not feeling that, but it looks pretty nasty. All right, Stafford in shotgun, back lineup to his right, trips to the top of the screen. Stafford drops back. Seahawks only rush 3. Stafford takes off running. He's being chased down from behind and slides and fumbles. Unclear what's exactly happened. Eamon Warry has recovered the fumble. The refs are blowing the play dead. He was more than willing to run that one back for a touchdown. Looks like that scramble is just going to send us to the half. Let's see. Are we getting the official word on it? All right, yes. Official word. That Stafford scramble ate up the rest of the clock. It sends us to the half. There is no fumble. He slid before that ball came out. And so we go into halftime with the Seahawks up 17-13 and receiving the second half kickoff. Okay. I have to go get some stuff ready, so I will once again leave you in the hopefully less rolly and trusty care of Dr. Wilson Ball as I go and handle that business. Thank you, Dr. Ball. Whew. All right, halftime. Go ahead and get all of this set up and prepped for the second half. Move the ball on over. Fix all the timeouts. I said fix the timeouts. Thank you. All right. All right, so once again, comparing this game to the Patriots versus Broncos game that we had earlier today, the Seahawks and the Rams, The Rams haven't quite surpassed the Patriots total, but for context, the entirety of the Patriots-Broncos game, the Broncos managed 181 yards of offense. The Patriots did a little bit better. They got 206 yards of offense. In the first half of this game, the Rams are at 204 yards of offense, and the Seahawks are at 239. We have quite literally had more offense in the first half of this game than we had in the entirety of the AFC Championship. This is why I feel like either of these teams has a really good shot against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying it right now. But ultimately, we'll see. It's an unpredictable thing. You don't know until the game is played. I don't know. Maybe the Patriots defense will find some secret gear to bring either of these offenses down to earth, but I think it is unlikely if I'm being honest. This game's been working on getting my heart rate up there, but it isn't quite there. Still pretty firmly in the 90s range. Hasn't made it up to the hundreds just yet. You can hear somebody's got a snowblower going outside my apartment. I apologize if any of that noise is making its way onto the mic. Yeah, man. Hey, what's gambling away your life savings, Ugh. I actually just closed out of basically all of my sports gambling positions recently. Because it's one of those things where it's fun for as long as you believe you have a chance of winning. And then the moment you realize that basically if you demonstrate any proven ability to win consistently, they will shut off your ability to gamble. That sucks all of the enjoyment out of it, because it makes it so clear that this is not a fair competition of, who can predict better. This is the house taking your money and dressing up how they are taking your money. That's what it is, There's a great YouTube video. I forget who made it, but basically his point is that it's a pretty short YouTube video. I think it's less than 10 minutes, and it's on arbitrage trading using sports betting. So basically, if two sports books have set enough different enough lines on a given game, you can basically bet either side of the game. And because the lines are so different, you have a guaranteed profit no matter which team wins. It's essentially the only guaranteed way to make money off sports betting. The margins are relatively slim, so you have to have a pretty large volume that you're betting in order to make any sort of significant amount of money. But again, it is literally guaranteed money, because mathematically, you've just bet both sides of the game, so it's a guaranteed win no matter what. And if a sports book notices that you're doing this, unlike actual arbitrage trading on the New York Stock Exchange, right, or a currency exchange, something like that, where it's just hands up to you, you know what, you did a good job, you found an opportunity where things were imbalanced, here's, the money that you make from discovering this inefficiency. Instead, the sports book is just like, hey, guess what? You don't get to use our platform anymore. We have severely limited your max bet. Please never think about winning on our platform ever again. You are now banned. So it's just like, yeah, it's a scam. And to a certain extent, I understand YouTubers and others who take those betting ads because, at the end of the day, you're weighing your family against the wider populace. It's one of those things where I recognize that you have a responsibility to put food on the table for your family. And so, where you get that bag from, that's up to you. That's your own ethical decision to make of how much is the money worth to you. But I don't know. I don't think I could take that money in good conscience. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another really funny part where arbitrage comes in. I think it's also funny, like it's an industry is questionable when someone in the defense sector is telling you that they wouldn't take that money. Like if Tony Stark is telling you that this money is unethical, then you probably have to do some real looking in the mirror about what it means to be accepting that paycheck. Whew. Oh, God. Ooh. I'm getting near to the bottom of this drink, and it is getting strong. Oh, my goodness. Very important. Remember to drink your void water. Let me see, can I get... Find something good. Yeah. I was looking to see if I could find like a good high resolution image of like a bar to put up back here. None of the results were particularly... Let's see. Still on commercial. Still halftime. Still on commercial. Still halftime. Not missing anything here. Not missing anything here. Oh, are we coming back? Are we coming back from halftime right about now? Let us see, let us see, let us see. Brady and Burkhart in the booth. I can't hear a word of what they're saying, but I sure can see their cheekbones. Rams had a lot more success running the ball in the first half, but the Seahawks were far more efficient through the air. Both of these teams, though, averaging over 6 yards per play on offense. So Lots of offensive success in this first half. And we are now coming back from halftime, getting ready for Q3. Kick is away, and it's muffed by Rashid Shaheed, brought back into the end zone. Is that going to end up being a touchback? Let's see. I missed the actual kickoff. Let's see. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. Okay, it is a touchback, but because it landed in the landing zone, it is only going to be a touchback out to the 20-yard line. So the Seahawks lose about 15 yards of starting field position on that muffed kickoff. Starting off the third quarter, Sam Darnold under center, K9 in the backfield. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off. Kenneth Walker navigating traffic, going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Seahawks. As we are now underway in the second half of this game. It's a lovely tie on a sideline reporter, Tom Rinaldi, right there. 14-30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 14-25 left to go in this third quarter. Sam Darnold in shotgun with Kenneth Walker lined up to his right. Motions out K9 up to the top of your screen. Darnold takes a snap, looking left, looking middle, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught by JSN. Brought out to about the 37-yard line before he's dragged down by Lake on the Rams. And that is going to be a Seahawks first down. Excellent job doing just enough right there by JSN to get free of Landman and settle into the soft spot of that defense before picking up the first down. Seahawks back under center, K9 in the backfield. Motions the tight end across the formation. Darnold motions the second tight end across, takes a snap, fakes the pitch to K9, and then just throws the ball out of bounds, barely avoiding the sack, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks. 13-28 to go in this third quarter. Darnold looks like he's wincing a little bit from some of the shots that he took earlier in this game. He's been seeing a decent amount of pressure in this game. Basically half of his dropbacks, he's gotten some sort of pressure. 2nd and 10 now for the Seahawks. Darnold in shotgun, K9 lined up to his left. Darnold takes a snap. A little delayed handoff to Kenneth Walker, who is surrounded by Rams and has absolutely nowhere to go. Going to be a loss of about a yard on that carry, but wait, we got Laundry in. Looks like it's going against the Seahawks, though. Let's see. Yep, it is offensive holding against the Seahawks. That penalty is declined, and it is going to bring up 3rd down. Hello? Well. All right, so a big 3rd and 12 here for the Seahawks. Holani in at running back. Darnold in shotgun with Holani to his left. Motions JSN across the formation. Rams mugging the line of scrimmage right now. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming. Darnold scrambling and is going to get brought down for a big loss that's going to push the Seahawks all the way back to their own 27-yard line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. So the Rams open the second half with a big defensive stop, and that is going to get the ball back for their offense. Darnold tried to slither out from all that pressure, but just couldn't quite make it. Seahawks had a whole bunch of deep routes schemed up, and none of them could come open. So Dixon is back to punt this one away for Seattle. Snap is off. Punt is away. And it's sailing downfield. And it's muffed! It's muffed by the Rams! Smith, for the second time this game, fails to haul in the punt cleanly, and this time Seattle falls on it, and they recover the ball deep in LA territory. Oh, with 12:07 left to go in this third quarter, the Seahawks catch a huge break. Smith just fell over backwards trying to haul that punt in. Oh, and unfortunately he touched it. So that means that is a clean recovery by the Seahawks right there. The Rams fired their special teams coach during the season to try to address these issues, but the fix does not come in that quickly. And so the Seahawks recover the muffed punt with excellent field position. They've got the ball at the Rams' 17-yard line. So just like that, it's a free trip to the Rams' red zone. Darnold under center on 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Darnold takes the snap, fakes the handoff, sets in the pocket, under pressure, throws over the middle, and that is caught. Just like that, that is caught. Jake Bobo with the touchdown, and the Seahawks go up 2 scores to start this second half. Oh, Rams bros, that is rough. Just like that. Defense comes up with a huge stop, and just like that, Bobo on the corner post gets Kobe Bryant to bite to the outside, wide open across the middle of the field. Darnold hits him in stride. That is an easy Seahawks touchdown, and they're lined up for the extra point now. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. And just like that, the Seahawks open the second half by taking an 11-point lead on the Rams. Oh, buddy. That's rough. That is rough for the Rams. 12 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and the Seahawks are up 11. Whew. Special teams, man. It's one of those things you completely forget about. You write it off as long as they're doing their job well. The moment they fail to do their job well, you are suddenly reminded of them. Oh, that is crazy. You didn't see anything. Oh, that made it even worse. I'm going to cover myself. There we go. There we go. See? You didn't see anything. No, I did not spill water all over myself. I'm an adult who knows how to drink beverages properly. See? We are on commercial break right now, not missing anything. That was, so after the Sam Darnold sack, ESPN had the Seahawks at about a 63% win percentage. After that touchdown, they are now all the way back up to basically an 85% win percentage. That's basically a 20% swing over the course of like 2 plays. That is brutal. Whew. I still can't get over how just like void the Malibu is. Be even funnier if I had. I keep thinking, what's something funny I could put up in the background? Kick is away for the Seahawks and is returned by the Rams out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25 before he is dragged down. Excellent jobs by the Seahawks special teams rallying for that tackle. And so the Rams will start their drive on their own 25-yard line. Excellent job by Darnold delivering that ball on that pass play, man. Just perfectly thrown. And also, we love a Jake Bobo touchdown. All right, Rams starting with the ball on their own 25. Stafford, play action, drops back, sets to throw, has a man caught by Colby Parkinson over the defender, steps out of bounds, and is holding his hand. Looks like he took a shot to his hand after catching that one. Let's see, where did he run out of bounds exactly? They're going to say that's a 40-yard completion all the way down to Seattle's 35-yard line. Huge play to open up this Rams drive. Just barely over the outstretched hand of number 29. All right, so Stafford now under center, takes a snap, hands it off, and that is going to go up the middle for about 3 yards before running into a whole press of bodies. Let's see, was that Kyron Williams? No, that was Blake Corum on the carry. Going to bring up second down for the Rams with 10:55, 54, 53. Never mind, we're on a replay. Ooh. Excellent grab by Colby Parkinson there on that catch. All right, here we go. We're back. 42, 41, 40, 10:39, 38, 37, 10:36 left to go in this third quarter. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, looking right side, throws, has Davante Adams wide open, who's going to make it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Stopped just shy of the end zone, but that is a big completion for the Rams as they continue to move the chains. God, Davante Adams' release is so clean. Fuck, man. Oh, he's still got the sauce. That is for sure. Just completely made Joby miss off the line. Brought the Rams all the way down to the 2-yard line with that big completion. 9:49, 48, 47, 46, 9:45 left to go in the third. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, throws the fade to Davante Adams. It's touchdown. It's too easy. You get Davante in a goal line situation like that, it is just textbook. Throw it up to him, let him make the play. He's going to come down with it. His release is just too clean. DB was playing with inside leverage. You can't play Davante with inside leverage this close to the goal line. He's going to make you pay for it. And just like that, the Rams have answered back with a touchdown of their own. Basically only 5 minutes into this second half. We got an offensive duel on our hands right here. Extra point attempt for the Rams. Snap is away. Hold is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. The Rams pull within 4. Davante Adams is just too good, man. Like, he's still got it. I don't want to hear any talk about that man being washed or being too old. He's still got it. Okay. Ugh. I'm going to get some more water because my throat is starting to go. Dr. Ball, entertaining the good people. All right. Perfectly timed. Thank you, Dr. Ball. We are back from commercial break, showing SoFi's reaction to that Devontae Adams touchdown as the Rams get ready to kick this one off. All right, so 9:41 left to go in this third quarter. Darnold under center, ball on their own 35-yard line. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off, and that is going to be Holani going up the middle for about 2, maybe 3 yards on that initial carry. That is going to bring up second down for the Seahawks. 9:26, 25. No, buffering. 24, 23, 22, 21, 9:20 left to go in this third quarter. Both of these QBs with quarterback ratings over 130 right now in this game. 2nd and 7 for the Seahawks. Darnold back under center. Kenneth Walker in the backfield this time. Darnold sends the man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who has a whole mass of bodies in front of him and absolutely nowhere to run. Going to be a loss of about 3 yards on that carry. Going to put them back to the 35-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. Now they're going to give him an extra yard. They're going to say it's 3rd and 9. Still not the position the Seahawks want to be in with 8:28, 27, 26, 8:25 left to go in this third quarter. Darnold in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, looking, has time, throws. It's a bit low, but it's caught by Cooper Kupp, who fights his way out to the 48-yard line for a first down plus a little bit extra. That is a Seahawks first down. Excellent job by Darnold finding the open man, and then Cooper Kupp getting a little bit of yak action, fighting his way for every last yard. And the Seahawks keep their offense rolling. Darnold back under center now for 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker in the backfield, motions Shaheed. Handoff, Kenneth Walker going up the middle, gets some good blocks, and is going to power his way all the way out into Rams territory. Going to pick up the first down on that carry. Gain of 10, maybe 11, depending on where they spot this ball. And that is another Seahawks first down. They keep the chains moving. They're going to call it an 11-yard gain and spot the ball at the Rams' 41-yard line. Excellent work by Kenneth Walker navigating traffic, finding the lane through that defense. Darnold alone in shotgun on 1st and 10 from the Rams' 41-yard line. Darnold drops back, scans the field, throws over the middle, caught. Caught by Holani for a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards on that one. Brings up second down for the Seahawks as the clock continues to run. I'm going to call it a gain of 9. Setting up a 2nd and 1. Sam Darnold in shotgun on 2nd and 1. Back line up to his left and behind him. Darnold takes a snap, throws a quick screen out to JSN, who gets a block and springs free down to the Rams' 20-yard line, maybe even the 19. And that is another Seahawks first down. They are continuing to move the chain and continuing to make progress towards the end zone. Excellent job by Cooper Kupp there, picking up the DB on the block. And then JSN just so dangerous with the ball in his hands, springing free, picking up some yards after the catch. 9 catches for 139 yards and 1 touchdown so far in this game. All right, Seahawks on the Rams' 20-yard line. Darnold under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker, rolls out to his left, dumps it off to A.J. Barner over the middle, who is going to pick up about 7 yards on that reception. That is going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Seahawks. All right, ball on the Rams' 13-yard line, 2nd and 3. Darnold under center with Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Darnold throws a quick screen intended for Jake Bobo, incomplete, couldn't quite haul it in, and so that brings up 3rd and 3 for Seattle. 4:57 left to go in this third quarter. Sean McVay doing his best to hype up his team from the sideline. Darnold calling the play in the huddle right now. Darnold in shotgun with Kenneth Walker to his left. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Darnold takes a snap just barely before the play expires. Throws over the middle. That is going to be caught by Cooper Kupp for a touchdown. The Seahawks find the end zone once more, keeping their lead over the Rams, as it is now 30-20. This Seahawks offense is flying right now. Whew. Little angle route almost from Cooper Kupp. Looked like he was a running back running that route, honestly. I think good job by Darnold IDing it, seeing that he had an open man, and then Cooper Kupp staying strong through contact, finishing that off with a touchdown. Extra point attempt. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. And just like that, the Seahawks have extended their lead back to 11. It is really funny, Shell, going to this game after watching the fucking Pats-Broncos game, where it's just like, oh, this is what it looks like when a team can actually score a touchdown. Isn't this crazy? It's just nuts. All right. We are on commercial right now after that Seahawks touchdown. Gonna go ahead and preemptively move the possession football on over. We will see the Seahawks offense doing an excellent job of forcing the Rams to keep pace with them. Basically saying, we're going to turn this game into a boat race, and it is on you to keep up. Whew. I popped a cough drop because I could feel my voice starting to go. So I'm doing my best to kind of hang on to that throughout the end of this game. As I mentioned earlier, I was getting loud last night. There were things to be angry about, reasons to get loud. As a result, my voice is not quite entirely all here tonight, but it is what it is. We're here for it. AFC and NFC Championship games, we're staying strong, we're powering through. We got plenty of booze to help us get through it. It is what it is. Oh. All right, returning from commercial right now. They're doing a fun little behind-the-scenes view over here, showing off all the people who make this magic happen behind the scenes, behind the camera. Skycam operator, technical producer, all of those underappreciated roles as we get ready to kick this one off. 4:52 left to go in the third quarter. Myers sends this kick away. As going to be caught just shy of the goal line, returned out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Brought out to about the 25 before he is stacked up and brought down. And that is where the Rams will get the ball. But wait, hold on. We got a penalty coming in. We got some laundry on the field. What is it? They picking the flag up. What's going on here? What the hell's going on here? Zebras are having a discussion about this one. Illegal block above the waist on the offense, on the return team. Okay, yeah, essentially a block in the back against Jake Bobo, who is on the kick return. So that is going to back the Rams up considerably. Rams now starting their drive from their own, 13-yard line? Yeah, from their own 13-yard line. Got a long ways to go. Matthew Stafford under center, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, steps, plants, throws. Wide open Devontae Adams out to about the 50-yard line. And just like that, this Rams offense is rolling. Adams was actually pretty well covered on that one by Devon Witherspoon, but Witherspoon just, that's the second time today the turf monster has just taken hold of a Seattle defender. This time brings him down. Rams now have the ball on their own 48-yard line. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, throws right side. Parkinson hauls in the catch, but is hit as soon as he caught that one. Gain of only 2 on that play. But wait, we got even more laundry coming in. We'll see what the official call is. It is illegal contact on Reek Woolen. Let's see, did they accept that penalty? I think they accepted that penalty. Got a little bit too handsy with Puka Nacua there. Yeah, so that gives the Rams a fresh set of downs as the clock continues to run. Rams now have the ball on Seattle's 47-yard line. Stafford in shotgun with a back lined up to his left. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. Kyren Williams up the middle for about 5 yards on the carry. That is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Rams. As Kobe Turner heads to the locker room, that is a big loss for that Rams defense. He is a crucial part of their defensive line, hobbling off into the locker room right now. Jordan Whittington also on the sideline injured. Unclear with what exactly. We will wait and see. In the meantime, Stafford under center, 2nd and 5, fakes the handoff. Flag flies in. It is caught by Kyren Williams, who gets dragged down for a gain of only about 2. We'll have to see what this flag is, though, because that could significantly impact the result of that play. Looks like it may have been an offensive hold against the Rams. Yep, it is a hold against the Rams, so that is going to back them up 10 yards, and they will replay 2nd down. Oh, sorry, it was illegal hands to the face against the Rams. Alaric Jackson, their left tackle, got his hand all up in the Seattle Seahawks defender. And so that makes it 2nd and 15 for the Rams now. 3:07, 06, 05, 04, 03, 3:02 left to go in this third quarter. Stafford under center, back in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. Kyren Williams going to go up the middle for a gain of about 4. Going to make it to the Seattle 49-yard line before he's dragged down, and that is going to bring up 3rd down for the Rams. Going to be 3rd and 12 for them. We'll see what Sean McVay has drawn up here, as this Seattle crowd is undoubtedly getting loud. Stafford comes out in shotgun with the back lined up to his right. Drops back, takes the snap. Pressure coming immediately. Stafford steps up in the pocket and fires right side. Almost intercepted by Reek Woolen on that one. Intended for Puka Nacua, but it slips out of his hands, and that is going to bring up 4th and 12 for the Rams. Excellent coverage by Reek Woolen on that one. Undercut the crossing route by Puka Nacua, and then nearly managed to haul that one in. Puka Nacua was actually playing DB on that play, breaking up that almost interception. Whew. And so with the ball on the Seahawks' 49-yard line, what will the Rams do? It's too far to go for it. It's 4th and 12. The question is it punt or is it field goal? You're fucking kidding me. Well, after that incredible defensive play by Reek Woolen, he decided to let the Rams hear about it. And in doing so, he picked up a 15-yard penalty for taunting and a free 1st down for the Rams. So they have gone from 4th and 12 to 1st and 10. Stafford takes the snap, fakes the handoff, sets in the pocket, throws deep, and it is caught by Puka Nacua for a touchdown. You can't strip this shit, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's an incredible grab by Puka. I think that's going to stand as a touchdown. They might say it was short of the end zone. We'll see. His butt hit basically right on the line. If it's not a touchdown, then it's 1st and goal from like the 1-inch mark, and they'll just sneak it in. What the fuck, man? And that, kids, is why you keep your mouth shut. You keep your mouth shut. Oh, and guess who got burnt in coverage on that touchdown? Guess who was covering Puka Nacua when he hauled in that touchdown? It was Reek Woolen. It was Reek Woolen who got beat by like a clean yard on that touchdown. The review from New York is coming in, so we're going to commercial while they take a look at this one and they see whether it counts as a touchdown or not. Again, I think it is largely inconsequential whether it does count as a touchdown or not. Because again, if it's not a touchdown, then it's 1st and goal on the 1-inch line, and they'll just, tush-push that one on in. But that is rough for the Seahawks. Again, an excellent defensive play. Great job covering one of the best receivers in the NFL on a crossing route, breaking up and nearly intercepting that pass. And then he got a little bit too mouthy with it, and he started taunting, and the penalty came in and basically gave the Rams a touchdown. God, that's rough, man. Ugh. All right. Well, with that, I'm not going to make myself another QB booster because that's just a little bit too much work. But what I will do is I will pour myself a little bit of cognac to sip on for the rest of this game. A little bit of something to, you know, lubricate this the throat, so to say. So to say? I don't know. It's close enough. Still on commercial while New York takes a look at this play. All right, 2:06 left to go in this third quarter. Yeah, I think even if Nakua is down short of the end zone, you know, like he isn't touched down until after he crosses the plane. Yeah, so that stands. The touchdown stands. They're attempting the extra point right now. We're all lined up. Snap is away. Hold is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. All right. Well. Just like that, the Rams have once again closed the gap to within 4 points. And once again, it is on the Seahawks offense to respond and push that lead back to 2 scores. Seahawks have been running a lot of man defense so far tonight, and it has not really been working out for them. Rams have been picking apart that man defense pretty effectively. Looks like there's some jawing on the sideline right now. The rookie, Nick Imanwari, letting Reek Woolen hear it. I don't blame him, honestly. Now Evans set to kick this one away for the Rams. Kick is off. And it is fielded at the 5, returned out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, before he's brought down at about the 26, 27-yard line. And that is where the Seahawks offense will start this drive. Whew. Yeah, unsurprising to see some infighting among the Seattle defense after that. But anyways, it is now time for the offense with 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Darnold under center, Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Ball on their own 27-yard line. Darnold takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Walker, tosses it to Shaheed, who is going to make one man miss and is going to get back to the line of scrimmage while picking up exactly 0 yards. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks. Shaheed briefly on the sideline after that play before coming back on. A minute 34, 33, 32, 31, a minute 30 left to go in this third quarter. I swear, this third quarter has felt longer than the entire first half. Darnold in shotgun now on 2nd and 10, back to either side. Motions JSN out to his left, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker. Pressure in his face immediately. Darnold rolling out to the right and is just going to float that ball out of bounds to the right side. That is going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. Who was that? Number 94 on the Rams, Johnson. Who is that Johnson? Dejuan Johnson on the Rams got pressure up the middle basically instantly. Darnold really just kind of had to run for his life on that one. He had nowhere to go with that ball. All right, Darnold alone in shotgun on 3rd and 10. Play clock running down. And Darnold barely gets the snap off in time, throws it out to the left side to Kenneth Walker, who dives for the first down marker. Did he get it? Let's see. Yes, the ref is going to give him the first down. Incredible dive by Kenneth Walker. Yeah, that's a clean first down right there. Just ran a simple out route, got pushed out of bounds, but managed to get enough forward momentum to pick up that first down. And so that keeps the chains moving for this Seattle offense as they stay alive. About 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Walker checks out. Darnold back in shotgun, changing the play. Play clock running down, though. Darnold barely gets the snap off once again, scrambles out to his right side, checks it down to the running back Holani, who's going to pick up about 6 yards on that reception, maybe 5 based on where they spot it. Once again, Darnold goes from seeing ghosts to turning into a magician, barely escaping the defense, getting that play off on time, turning nothing into something. And so as we go into the fourth quarter, Seattle's offense facing a 2nd and 5 on, let's see, where did they spot that ball? On their own 42-yard line. Whew. We got a game, folks. This is going to be a game that's going to come down to the last minute as well. Patriots-Broncos, that was a real close one. It was a real close one in a different way. You know, that was a game where neither offense could score. This one looking like a game where neither defense can really stop the other offense from scoring. So we will see. We will see which of these teams gets the last laugh. Seattle in the lead right now, but that is always subject to change. A little bit of cognac. Whew. Oh yeah, that's exactly what the vocal cords need right there. We are still on ad break right now, and it looks like Fox has run out of ads to show because they are just showing the "we'll be right back" screen. Whew. I hope you're enjoying this stream. I hope you're enjoying these games. It is quite the show. Quite the show right now. We had the AFC Championship, which was all defense, no offense. And now it feels like we're having the NFC Championship, which is all offense, no defense. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. All right, we are officially in the fourth quarter right now. Seahawks leading by 4. 2nd and 5 from their own 42-yard line. Darnold under center. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Darnold changing the play at the line. Drops back into shotgun with Kenneth Walker to his left. Darnold takes a snap, drops back. Looking, scrambling out to his left side. Going to take off running. Motions for Kenneth Walker to block, who doesn't really block, but Darnold still manages to pick up the first down, plus a whole lot more regardless. Let's see, what happened on their D-line right here? Rams just completely lost contain. Okay, they cut that at the worst possible time for me to see what actually happened there, but good job by Sam Darnold getting downfield, once again turning nothing into something. Seahawks have the ball on the Rams' 44-yard line, and it is 1st and 10. Darnold under center, takes a snap. This is what I get for saying nice things about Sam Darnold. Immediately sacked for basically a 10-yard loss. Cam Kinchins just completely flew through the offensive line. Absolutely nobody picked him up and just wrapped up Sam Darnold for basically a 10-yard loss on that snap. Okay. Yeah, even Sam Darnold can't believe it. He's just shaking his head, thinking, what the hell? Officially going to be a loss of 9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 19 for the Seahawks. Darnold back to either side. In shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, throws, checks it down to Cooper Kupp, who is going to bring that out to about the Rams' 48-yard line for 3rd down. All right, what's the official spot of that ball? They're actually going to spot him a little bit short. They're going to say it is ball on the Rams' 49-yard line and that it is 3rd and 15 for the Seahawks now. Going to need something big if they want to convert this one. But they're knocking on the edge of field goal range as well. Darnold in shotgun. Kenneth Walker to his left. Motions him out wide. Incredible jump by the Rams, but that was because there was a false start on the Seahawks. Oh, never mind. It is encroachment. It is encroachment on the Rams. Neutral zone infraction, technically, on Jared Verse. You don't see that one often. Usually, if there's a massive, defensive jump, it's either offsides and they let it play, or it's a false start on the offense, and the play is blown dead. You don't see a neutral zone infraction very often. That brings up 3rd and 10 now for the Seahawks. Far more manageable. Darnold alone in shotgun. Motions Cooper Kupp across to the right side. Takes a snap. Drops back. Pressure coming. Throws right side. Incomplete. Intended for Rashid Shaheed. Broken up by Durant. And that brings up 4th and 10 for the Seahawks. Shaheed did a good job of settling into the soft spot in the zone. And Darnold did a good job of putting the ball on him, but Durant, just a perfect punch right there, knocking that ball loose, breaking it up. And so the Seahawks will send out the punt unit. Whew. Excellent defensive stop from the Rams there. Dixon set to punt this one away. Kick is off. And it is going to be fair caught at the 10-yard line. So that is where the Rams offense will start with the ball, and they will look to take the lead for only the 2nd time this game. With 12:18 left to go in this 4th quarter, we head to commercial. This has been a really interesting game from an offensive perspective. I mean, for a couple of reasons. Okay. One, both of these offenses are so evenly matched right now. Stafford, slightly fewer yards, but again, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Darnold, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Like I said, Darnold has more yards, but Stafford has been more efficient. Kind of the opposite story, or actually no, the same story over on the rushing offense, where Kenneth Walker has more yards than Blake Corum, but the Rams running backs have overall been more efficient than Seattle's, and they have more total yards. JSN, more yards. Puka Nacua, more efficient. It's this kind of delicate balancing act where really either one of these teams could pull off and be the winner of this game. It's so tightly contested. These teams are so evenly matched. It really is. I mean, this is going to be a game that I think is going to be close to basically the very end.
I mean, say what you will about both of these, conference championship games, but they have undoubtedly been close the entire time. That cannot be denied. All right, we are back from commercial with 12:18 left to go in this game. Seahawks currently holding a 4-point lead and looking to hang on to that lead as the Rams start their next drive from their own 10-yard line. Stafford starting off under center with, I believe, Blake Corum in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. Corum trying the left side, and he's going to fight his way forward for the first down. Basically 10 yards on the dot, enough to pick up the first down. Not a yard more, but doesn't need a yard more. That is a fresh set of downs to the Rams as the clock starts rolling. 11:52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 11:47 left to go in this game. Seahawks fans in the stands getting loud. Stafford takes a snap, drops back, looks, scans, floats it to Corum over the middle, who is going to once again pick up the first down, this time with a little extra to go along with it. He is going to bring the ball all the way out to the Rams' 36-yard line. Once again, a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. And again, talk about these offenses being perfectly balanced. They now both have 20 first downs apiece. Stafford under center, back in the backfield. Stafford fakes a handoff to Williams, rolls out, throws back across his body to Williams, who is going to catch that ball and fight his way forward past the first down marker, plus a little extra once again, all the way out to, what is that, the 44-yard line for the Rams? The 49-yard line. Kyron Williams staying strong through contact, breaking tackles, getting all the way out to the Rams' 49-yard line for a fresh set of downs. And the clock is stopped as number 42 on Seattle's defense is helped off the field. That is Drake Thomas, one of their linebackers. Hope he's okay. Clock starts running again as the Rams return to the line of scrimmage. Stafford under center, Corum in the backfield, Williams in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, plants, throws downfield, wants it all. Incomplete, way overthrown. Reek Williams, the defender, was the player who had the best chance of hauling that one in. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rams. So both of these teams have had a significant mistake that has directly resulted in a touchdown from the other team. Rams had that muffed punt that resulted in a Seahawks touchdown. Seahawks had that taunting penalty that directly resulted in a Rams touchdown. 2nd and 10, Stafford drops back, pumps, throws over the middle. That is going to be caught by Parkinson for the first down, plus a little extra into Seahawks territory. He is going to make it down to the 35-yard line. Rams continuing to move this football. Seahawks just really can't get any pressure on Stafford. They can kind of get close, but not real, pressure on him. 9:50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 9:45 left to go in this game. Stafford in shotgun with Corum to his right. Stafford takes a snap, drops back, pumps, throws again over the middle to Corum, who is going to haul that one in for a gain of 2 yards before being brought down by the rookie Nick Emenwari. That is going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Rams as the clock continues to run. Ball is on the Seahawks' 33-yard line. Stafford crosses 300 passing yards. Slightly better second half than first half, but it has been a great game for Stafford so far. Speaking of, in shotgun on 2nd and 8, takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle quickly to Corum, who is going to bring that one in for a gain of about 6. That is going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Rams, as we are at 8:45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 8:40 left to go in this game. Both of these coaches, Sean McVay and Mike Mack, getting the play calls in from the sidelines. They're going to say it's actually 3rd and 1 right now. Stafford under center, back in the backfield. Stafford takes a snap, fakes the handoff, plants, throws over the middle, and that is going to be dropped by Colby Parkinson. He had it in his hands, and it just slipped right out. It was a beautiful play design. He was wide open over the middle of the field. Just a little leak, little chip block into a leak. Ball hit both of his hands. Nwosu did a good job getting his body in the way, kind of interrupting the sight line. Didn't really get a hand on it, though. That was just a clean drop by Parkinson. And so that brings up 4th and 1 for the Rams. A huge 4th down right here. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, pumps, looks to throw, looks to take off, and is going to break a tackle and pick up the 1st down. DeMarcus Lawrence was there to bring him down short of the line of gain, but Stafford stayed strong, powered through it, and picked up the 1st down. Under 8 minutes to go now. Just some tough running by Stafford to break free of that tackle. Whew. Good job as well by Stafford holding onto the football. Lawrence looked like he was going for a little bit of a strip there. Stafford kind of switched hands, made sure that ball stayed safe. So that brings up 1st and 10 from the Seahawks' 23-yard line. Stafford takes the snap, hands it off to Blake Corum, who is going to get stopped about 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage, but there's a flag down, and I am almost certain that is going to be an offsides against the Seahawks. We'll see what it is, but I would be surprised if it was anything otherwise. Yep, offsides against the Seahawks. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down. It's on T. Knight, one of their linebackers. And of course, my broadcast has chosen this exact moment to shit itself. Very fun. My favorite. I love that. Please give me the game back. Thank you very much. All right, Stafford up under center, 1st and 5. Ball in Seattle's 18-yard line. Stafford, little fake handoff. Fakes the screen as well, takes off running before dumping it off to Puka Nacua on a little delayed screen action. I have a feeling that was not in the play script, but it's good enough for a 1st down as the Rams keep the chains moving and keep inching on closer to Seattle's end zone. Cheeky little shovel pass by Matthew Stafford. That was crazy. He changed what he was planning to do in that play about 3 times. All right, so ball in Seattle's 12-yard line now. Stafford takes a snap in shotgun, drops back, throws over the middle. That is going to be caught by Puka Nacua for a gain of about 5 down to the 7-yard line, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Rams. 6:12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6:07 left to go in this game as the Rams are looking to retake the lead. Nacua going off to the sideline, taking a little breather. Seattle getting their defense together. We are under 6 minutes to play now. Stafford under center, Williams in the backfield, Stafford takes a snap, hands it off. Williams gets tripped up crossing the line, and he is going to gain maybe a yard if they're generous on that one. Let's see. They'll probably spot them at Seattle's 6-yard line. Yes, they will. So that brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Rams. Big third down right here. Rams offense has dominated the second half, but it doesn't mean much if they can't pay it off with a touchdown. Stafford in shotgun, Williams to his left. Devontae isolated to the top of the screen. Stafford takes a snap, drops back, looking, stepping up, pumping, throwing, right side, incomplete, intended for Mumfield. That pass was broken up by Devon Witherspoon. The Legion of Spoon has earned its name well. Who was on Devontae Adams? Job. Job did an excellent job covering up Devontae Adams on that one. You know that had to be the intended first read. And then, yeah, just nothing doing. Mumfield came open late, but Witherspoon did a good job breaking that up. And the Rams are going for it on 4th and 4. This is a huge down right here. Seahawks are mugging the line. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, pumping, throwing over the middle. Incomplete! Incomplete, intended for number 18. Witherspoon broke that one up. He was looking at the ref. He was confirming with the ref. He said, hey, ref, that one was clean, right? No defensive pass interference on that one? And the ref said, yep, you got it. That was all clean. Terrence Ferguson was the intended receiver, and Spoon perfectly covered up that one, broke it up, and the Seahawks get the ball back with under 5 minutes left to go. Still a lot of game to be played in this one. Both of these teams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. But that was a big stop by the Seahawks, you know? That was huge. Obviously, Rams touchdown right there. That means they retake the lead. If the Rams had settled for 3, then they would have been within a field goal of winning this game. But as it stands with that incompletion, the Seahawks are pretty firmly in the driver's seat of this one. If they can keep their ground game going, if they can keep pounding that rock with Kenneth Walker, then they can run out the rest of this clock and secure a trip to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. But we will see if they can accomplish all of that when we return from commercial. All right, so the ball is officially on Seattle's 6-yard line. And again, to give you a sense of how momentous those couple of plays were, when the Rams had that 1st and 10 from Seattle's 12-yard line, ESPN was giving them basically a 50% chance of winning this game, actually slightly in their favor at 51%. After that incompletion, the Seahawks saw their win percentage jump all the way up to 76%. That was basically a 25% swing right there. Hugely impactful play. Excellent coverage by Devon Witherspoon. And now Seattle's offense will look to close this game out. Darnold under center. 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off. Walker plowing up the middle, staying strong through contact, and fighting his way out to the 10-yard line. That is going to be a gain of 4 yards. and that is going to bring up second down. Second and 6, you have to imagine the Seahawks are more than willing to let the clock run on basically every play from here on out. Darnold under shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Walker. Pressure coming, throws left side, caught by Kenneth Walker, makes one man miss and makes a second man miss, fighting his way out to the 20 to the 25 before being brought down at about the 26-yard line. Incredible running after the catch there by Kenneth Walker. That is going to give the Seahawks another set of downs. Shed the tackle by Young, made Spite miss, and then, just kept those legs churning, picking up more and more yards, getting them out of the shadow of their own end zone, giving the Seattle offense some room to work with, and taking more and more time off the clock. Darnold back up under center. Kenneth Walker still in the backfield. Motions Shaheed, takes a snap, hands it off. Walker going up the middle, going to fall forward for about 3 yards out to Seattle's 28-yard line, and that is going to bring up second down. February 8th, that's the Super Bowl there in Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. That is the destination, and the Rams take their first time out with 3:26 left to go on the clock. All right, Darnold calling the play in the huddle. Rams looking to make a big stop here. Darnold in shotgun. Running back to his left and right. Darnold takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Helani, plants in the pocket, throws deep right side, incomplete, intended for Rashid Shaheed. Late came in a little bit before that ball got there, but that was pretty solidly uncatchable. That is going to bring up 3rd and 8 with 3:20 left to go in this game. It was one of those ones where that would probably be DPI if that ball was more catchable, but it was just a bit too wide. So 3rd and 8 here. Darnold alone in shotgun. Play clock running down. And the Seahawks are going to take their first time out. That play clock was running down just a little bit too low. And so now with 3:20 left to go in this fourth quarter, both of these teams are sitting at 2 timeouts as they are battling for a spot in Super Bowl 60. We go to commercial as we wait. We wait to see what the Seahawks have drawn up for this crucial 3rd and 8. From their own 27-yard line. Again, these teams are more or less evenly matched on basically every sort of offensive stat, Total yards, first downs, time of possession. But that one Rams turnover, that failed 4th down attempt, that might end up being the difference maker here. control key. Oh? Okay. Very strange to see an ad about someone basically drifting a garbage truck. And it's like, yeah, man, this is an ad for IndyCar. Couldn't you tell? I do think this might just be like my own personal craziness, but I do think watching an ad on mute gives you a really good insight into whether the ad is any good or not. Anyways, back from commercial now. Sam Darnold is alone in shotgun here on this huge 3rd and 8. He's got to motion a whole bunch of people. Motions a back into the backfield to his left. Rams are mugging the line of scrimmage. Darnold takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle, and that is... Oh! It's dropped by Cooper Kupp. It looks like he had the catch. Or are they going to say that he caught that? What's the official call? What's the call coming in? They're going to say he caught it. They're going to say that Cooper Kupp caught that ball and then was down, and then the ball came out. Let's see. He hauls it in there, 2 arms, bing, bong, and then the ball comes out. So he catches the ball, takes about 2, maybe 3 steps, is dragged down, his body hits, and then the ball comes out. So it's certainly not a fumble because the ground causes the fumble. The ball pops out after he hits the ground. He is absolutely down. Sean McVay has the red flag in his hand. He is seriously debating whether he wants to throw that flag or not right now. The Rams have taken their second timeout to basically give him some time to think about this one. All of the refs are sort of having a little powwow over with him right now. They're having a discussion circle. He has put the flag back in his belt, it looks like. So there's no doubt Cooper Kupp has possession of the ball, and then when he hits the ground, the ball comes out. Those are the events that happen. It is very clear. Basically, anybody can see that. I think the question is basically just, does that mean it's an incompletion, or does that mean it's a catch? And it looks like the call is going to be that it is a catch. It is 1st and 10 on the Seahawks 35-yard line. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no further, but that really doesn't matter because that is a fresh set of downs for the Seahawks. And after that play, the Rams take their final timeout with 3:05 left to go in this game. So a huge 3rd down conversion there from Sam Darnold to Cooper Kupp on, I'm just going to say it, if that was a Lions wide receiver, that would not have been called a catch. I'm just saying it right now. I'm putting it on the record. I think it was a catch. I agree that it should have stood as a catch. I'm just saying, if it was a Lions wide receiver, it wouldn't have been a catch. I've seen too many catches by Lions wide receivers be called incomplete that looked exactly identical to that. Anyways, 2nd and 10 now from their own 35. Darnold back up under center. Motions Shaheed across the formation, takes a snap, drops back, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, throws right side. That is going to be caught by JSN for a 1st down plus a little bit extra. And they say he was in bounds when he was brought down, so the clock keeps running. Ooh, that was a nasty corner route by JSN right there. Sold the inside stem and then broke back out to the sideline. Got wide ass open, hauled in that catch. and then got brought down just within bounds. He is at 10 catches for 155 yards and 1 touchdown in this game. He has been having a monster night out here in Seattle. The clock is stopped right now at 2:28. We'll have to see what the cause of this stoppage was. Dean Blandino is on the call, so presumably it's some sort of weird rule or referee shenanigans. Okay, they're saying that JSN was out of bounds when he got tackled, so the clock should have stopped at 3 minutes. So a little bit of a break from the Rams, but they still have to deal with Seattle moving the ball down the field. And now the Rams no longer have any timeouts to use to stop the clock. Seattle is firmly in the driver's seat. Darnold back up under center. Ball on Seattle's 49-yard line. Kenneth Walker, the lone back in the backfield. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off. Kenneth Walker going to try the middle and is going to pick up about 3 yards on that carry. Get out to about the Rams' 48-yard line. We'll see where exactly they end up spotting him. And the clock will continue to run for the Seahawks. And that's fun. Just saw a tow truck getting towed by a pickup truck outside. Fair enough. All right, 2:26, 25, 24, 23, 2:22 left to go in this game. Darnold under center, motions his tight end across the formation, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker, throws left side, incomplete, intended for JSN, but a flag is flying in. Looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference on Emmanuel Forbes, who is in coverage on JSN. We'll wait for the ref's official call. It is going to be holding on the defense. So not pass interference, but yes, holding. And it is actually going to be on Durant holding Cooper Kupp on the corner route of that one. I mean, he sure was holding him pretty good. Not really much you can do to argue that call. Stafford wincing in pain on the sideline. Can't really blame him. I'd probably be doing the same thing in his position. So the Seahawks have a fresh set of downs with 2:12 left to go in this game. The ball on the Rams' 44-yard line. Darnold under center. Kenneth Walker, the lone back. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off. Kenneth Walker going up the middle, staying strong through contact, and going to get pushed forwards for about 6 yards. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 4 as we hit the 2-minute warning, and presumably the final commercial break of this game. Whew. This has been a tight game all the way through. Excellent job by Kenneth Walker staying strong through contact, and most importantly, holding on to that goddamn ball. You know, every Rams defender right now is looking to make a play on that ball, do whatever they can to get that possession back in their offense's hands. So excellent job by the Seahawks not letting them do that. And since the Rams are out of timeouts, one more first down right here is going to clinch this game for the Seahawks. It is going to send them on to Super Bowl 60 to face the Patriots in Santa Clara. Whew. We'll see if they can pull it off. We'll be in for a replay of the Super Bowl from 11 years ago, it looks like. No Malcolm Butler this time, but also no Russell Wilson and no Marshawn Lynch. Whole new set of faces on either side of the ball. And we will see who will emerge victorious on February 8th. Still on commercial right now. You aren't missing anything. Currently sitting at about a 96% Seahawks win percentage. Basically just barring anything catastrophic at this point. But you don't know. Catastrophic things have happened before. Seahawks are certainly no strangers to catastrophic things happening in high leverage games. So we will simply wait and see until it is official. Back from commercial right now. 2 minutes left to go in this game. Ball is on the Rams. What is that? 38-yard line, 37-yard line. What's the official call? All right, Darnold under center. Kenneth Walker, the lone back in the backfield. Darnold takes a snap, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, who has absolutely nowhere to go and is going to get stacked up for a loss of about 3 on that carry. But most importantly for the Seahawks, the clock continues to run. That loss pushes them back to the Rams' 40-yard line, making it a 3rd and 7. But the Seahawks can run this clock down basically all the way to about a minute 15, which I'm sure they will do. Darnold has been uncharacteristically efficient and safe against the Rams tonight, which has been perhaps most impressive. With the play clock winding down, the Seahawks will take their second time out of the half, burning as much clock as possible. So at that timeout, there is a minute 15 left to go with this game as they face a 3rd and 7. And Sam Darnold, man, he's made some incredible throws throughout this game. I mean, credit his receivers. They've made incredible catches and done a great job running their routes and getting open as well. But he has lived up to the moment so far. I mean, 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. You really can't complain about that kind of performance. And on the other side of the coin, you can't complain about Matthew Stafford's performance either. He also has 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. This has been a game of inches the entire way through. 3rd and 7. Darnold in shotgun. Kenneth Walker lined up to his left. Darnold takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker, but Braden Fisk was not fooled. Swallowed up Darnold basically instantly for a loss of 4, maybe 5 on that play? It is officially going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play as Braden Fisk did not care about the fake to Kenneth Walker. He was there on a mission, and that mission was to swallow up Sam Darnold, which he sure did. And so the Seahawks will likely send out their field goal unit, facing a 4th and 12. No, they're actually going to send out the punt unit. So backed up to the Rams 45, a little bit too far to send out the field goal unit. They snap the ball, reserving their 1 remaining timeout, get the punt off. And it is going to be fair caught by the Rams at the 7-yard line. Whew. So, again, what did I say about anything catastrophic? The Rams have 25 seconds and 0 timeouts to go 93 yards down the field and score a touchdown. They cannot kick a field goal. The Rams are down 4. It has to be a touchdown. It is end zone or nothing for LA here. Seahawks know that as well, and so they are going to be playing basically a max prevent defense the entirety of this drive. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle, and that is caught by Puka Nacua down to the Rams' 30-yard line. They're going hurry up, but the clock is ticking. 14, 13, 12, 11. Stafford spikes the ball with 10 seconds left in the game. Rams now have 30 yards left to go with 10 seconds and no timeouts. They have maybe one more true play before they have to just scheme up a Hail Mary and hope for the best. We'll see what McVay has in his bag. The Seahawks fans are sure to be loud in the stands there at Lumen Field. Again, I can't hear them because I've got them on mute, but I bet all the Rams players are hearing them loud and clear. And before the Rams get that play off, the Seahawks are going to take their final timeout of the game, making sure that they have their defense good and ready. All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds for glory right here for Matthew Stafford and the Rams. McVay having a brief discussion with Stafford before they return to the huddle. No timeouts left on the board. It is all just normal clock management from here on out. The 12th man is getting rowdy. Seahawks lined up 3 on the line. Stafford in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, has all day in the pocket, throws right side. That is going to be caught by Puka Nacua out to the Seahawks 39-yard line, but the clock continues to run and the time is over. That is it. He was down, in bounds, failed to make it out of bounds, and just like that, the Seahawks have won this game. Whoo! Let's see. Let's check the replay real quick just to confirm. Hall's in the catch, and yep, he sure is. Sure looks like he's down short of the sideline. Looks like that little tush hits. We'll see. I don't think you can review that. It certainly doesn't look like they're going to review that. Sam Darnold is taking the field. He's got the baseball cap on. They're all shaking hands, and just like that, the Seahawks advance to Super Bowl 60, their second win against the Rams this season. Oh, and so we have an 11-year rematch in Super Bowl 60 as the Seattle Seahawks will be taking on the New England Patriots. Both of these teams, new quarterbacks, new defenses, new coaches. Old matchup. We'll see who wins come February 8th. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a good week. Whew. God, this season's crazy. God damn.